All right, so I thought I would do a hatchling tortoise video. So this is these are radiated tortoises, but all hatchling tortoises care, all their care is about the same. So with the exception of maybe some dietary things, like if they're redfoots, they can handle a little more fruit and stuff like that. So anyway, this is where I keep them at night. I keep a lid on them, keep the humidity up. The humidity and the hydration is going to help prevent pyramiding. So what I do is I have I keep the lid on. Now right now they don't need any extra heat because nighttime temps are still like in the 80s, high 70s. Oh, and I do have a cover, just make them feel more secure so they don't see me walking by all the time and stuff like that. But anyway, so now in the wintertime, as the nighttime temps start to drop, I remove this plastic, and there's a whole circle here that's been cut, and one of these will fit right on there. So I just zip this here. I've got a hole drilled into this lamp, and so I just zip tie it. Got holes drilled here too, so they just zip ties in, so it just stays in place. And then I've got a chi ceramic heat emitter. So is that what that stands for? I don't know. But anyway. So now that is attached to the thermostat, and I'll have that set for about 70-75 degrees. So this will lock in the heat and humidity all night. So then, morning comes, pop this off, I soak them for 10 minutes. Do you have to soak them every day? No, you don't have to soak them every day. But sometimes doing something every day is easier. It's just a good habit. So soak them every day for about 10 minutes. I recommend setting a timer so you don't forget about them. So then, once they have soaked for 10 minutes, and they have, let's see if I can do this with the camera and not dropping them. I take them to their outside enclosure for the day. What do you think about climbing out? All right, so now I've got some spring mix here, and during the day, I give them just unlimited access to greens, whether it is spring mix, stuff that I get from my yard, like mulberry leaves, cactus, hibiscus, dandelion. Get all that stuff to them. See, here's some cactus here. Throw that in there. And I also grow some grasses in here. So they get to stuff themselves all day on greens. I do not put any Missouri in here because I have seen rats actually get in for the Missouri and fire ants. So I recommend, not doing anything like that. Oh, and by the way, this is a cement mixing tub, and the top is wire racks from a closet. So we redid our closets, had these racks laying around, and it fits perfectly. So this one is secured in place with zip ties. Then I've got a zip tie using it as a hinge. Works great. Now, I don't have a lock on here, but again, they go in at night, so not a big deal. But it'd be easy to add, some sort of a latch right here. So I let them stuff themselves on as much greens as possible. A lot of times what I'll do is, I'll give them, like when you give them like fresh greens, a lot of times that motivates them to eat. So I'll put them in their food dish, put some fresh stuff in there, middle of the day, and then they'll kind of stuff themselves again. So then at night, they come out of here, and I put them back into their bin. Now what I'll do, and this is, most people don't do this. Most people feed Missouri, maybe every other day, or just a couple times a week. But because they stuff themselves all day on greens, what I'll do is I'll take a cup, soak some Missouri in there, a couple pellets of Missouri, get that all nice and soft, discard the excess water, throw in some greens, and I'll even throw in a little bit of fruit. So like I save the tops of the strawberries when I eat them. So I'll throw in just a little bit of fruit. So, because what I'm trying to do is motivate them to eat as much as possible in the evening. After they've stuffed themselves all day on greens, I want to give them some high value foods some high caloric foods and really motivate them to eat and stuff themselves, because obviously babies are going to be, you know, less hardy than an adult. So the goal is to try to get them as big as possible, as quickly as possible, at least in the beginning. Then you can kind of slow things down a little bit. But so I take that Missouri, a little bit of fruit, the greens, cactus, whatever, put it in a cup, chop it up with a pair of kitchen scissors, and just kind of make it like almost like a paste with it. Put that in their bowl, feed them again, and then, you know, put the lid on, and they're good overnight. So that's what I do to try to help get as much food as possible into them as quickly, and grow them as quickly as possible, to get them to a good hearty size. And then of course, as they get a little bit bigger, they can, you know, go outside in a bigger enclosure and all that. They could stay out overnight and stuff like that. So that's what I do. And then you also need to supplement with vitamins. This is the Replical. There's also Herptophytes, which is good. I don't have that right here at the moment, but that is about it. Keep them warm, keep them secure, keep them well fed and hydrated, high humidity, and they should do good for you.